Cue the music. We got a Ford Maverick back on the Money Shift channel, and this is a pretty special one because it's a base model XL. This is the $22,000 Ford Maverick next to my base model Ford Bronco. So in this video, we're going to be going over everything that comes standard on the cheapest Ford Maverick you can buy. And the first thing you notice, well, the cheapest Ford Maverick you buy is the hybrid. It combines a 2.5-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine with hybrid power to give you 191 horsepower and immense levels of fuel efficiency. I routinely saw well over 40 miles to the gallon in my car, and the owner of this XL sees the same. The fact that this is a no-cost option and the option for all base model cars kind of shocks me still, that there is no premium for the hybrid, but hey, I'll take it. Having a pickup that gets 40 miles to the gallon at least is bananas. Now, when you start this car, if you have stored juice, you hear nothing. Take a listen. And that's just because the batteries are fully charged up. So when you start this car initially, you don't need any added internal combustion engine help. Now, the front of this car is very similar to the XLT. You have a full LED light on the bottom with a reflector on the top and an incandescent bulb for the blinker. The XL does have a specific grille, just like the base model Bronco, and it's black plastic, and it really gives this car an aggressive front end. I quite like how the XL looks. This owner does have a couple accessories from Ford, and I'll point them out. First one is this bug deflector. Now, the wheels are probably my favorite part. 225 65 all-season tires. Look at the amount of profile there, but more importantly, they're wrapped in Steelies, which are very similar to the Steelies I have on my 2022 Ford Bronco. Now, I know what you guys are saying. They're Steelies. Of course they look alike, but I do love how much alike these Steelies do look. Now, the front of this Ford Maverick has covers over the fog lights because it is a hybrid non-FX4 model, and the side of this car has no body color, right? No body color, no chrome. You're looking at black plastic wherever possible. This is a base model car, so it's got all of the cheapest things, just like these rear taillights. Much like my Ford Bronco, the base model Maverick has incandescent bulbs all around. There's no LEDs to be found here, which is a bit of a drag. Love that hybrid badge on the back of this car. Looking at the rear of the Ford Maverick, you see what it looks like in standard trim, what it looks like without the tow package, what it looks like with a tonneau cover, which, by the way, is another Ford accessory this owner has, much like the damp tailgate, which this owner did opt for. $50 gives you a damp tailgate function, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. You unlock the tailgate, you open it up, you step back, and you let it slowly come down. Now, some of you might like how much faster a non-damp tailgate goes down, but hey, I do kind of like how slow and how premium that does feel. Base model Mavericks do not come with spray-in or drop-in bed liner, and you get storage and cubby holes on both sides. You do not get the light and power outlet found on XLT Luxe and Lariat models. You still get the plugged-in wiring for any sort of accessories and a couple mounting points, but you don't get the rails that are found in the XLT Luxe package and above. But again, this body color bed is almost very interesting for me to see. I've had two Mavericks over my time, and both of them had spray-in bed liners. Underneath, this Maverick actually does come with a spare tire, which is not the same case for all other Mavericks, okay? Which I found very interesting, that the base model Ford Maverick does in fact come with a spare tire. Love that feature, love that inclusion, but that is it on the outside, okay? No frills, no thrills. Let's take a look at the interior. Looking at this door panel, you see the color palette that Ford uses for this entire interior, which is varying degrees of black and gray. Spongy plastic there for your arm, and the rest is harder than hard for plastic, okay? This blade here in the XLT is blue, and in the Lariat is bronze, but in this car, it's black. Now, this is a base model, so obviously we're gonna have no power functions here. You got, you know, manual things wherever possible, and you have a delightfully gorgeous black cloth seat. I actually love the materials chosen for this. It's remarkably comfortable. Sitting in the Ford Maverick, though, we get our first taste of what makes the XL, and it's not what you think, because this is a 2023 model, so it does come with cruise control. Now, this wasn't true when the Ford Maverick XL launched, but if you just waited a year, they threw it in. The right side of this controls that little screen in the center, adjusts tracks, and picks up and drops phone calls for you, which is really nice that that is built in. But listen to that classic Ford sound as we start her up. Now, with the keys in the ignition, because this is an XL, okay, this isn't a Lariat with your fancy push-button start. We're actually working with keys here. You see this gauge cluster come to life. On the left side, you have a meter, which really helps you modulate power to understand if you're operating on internal combustion or gas. And on the right side, you have your speedometer. And in the middle, you have a screen which does give you some useful things, but don't expect anything crazy to come from this screen, okay? It just gives you the bare bones information. In the center, you have the same screen that comes on every Maverick except the Lariat Luxury Edition, okay? You get this touchscreen, which is 8 inches and has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that's pretty much it. This isn't even Sync 4. This is a very bare bones display, but plug your phone in and it works usually every time. And you got buttons and knobs to control all your things. Now, this bottom panel I actually quite like, because in the XLT Lux and Lariat Lux, you get heated seats and a heated steering wheel, but Ford actually masked that by making it look like one cohesive sort of black piece there. Underneath, you have additional storage that in the Lariat is a wireless charging pad, but here it's just more storage, a rotary shift knob, 2 cup holders, a place for some coins, and that credit card slot because this is in fact a hybrid. Glove box on the right that isn't damped or wrapped in felt or anything, and bang, you pretty much have the front of this Ford Maverick XL. This has everything you need and nothing you don't. In the back, you have that same black cloth. These seats do fold to give you more additional space underneath. Now, you don't have as much space as you would in an EcoBoost because of that battery, but you do still have enough room for some things. Lots of headroom above and a cigarette outlet there to, you know, maybe add in a USB port for someone or charge something else. But yeah, nothing crazy back here. You don't have anywhere to put your hands. You don't have any glass in the back for you to open to provide a draft through like a traditional pickup. It's just one big glass screen that you can really see effectively out of, but nothing there to really help you out. And here's a good view of the front from the back. No frills here. The Ford Maverick has everything you want. And I think that is the overall summary of this Ford Maverick XL. For $22,195, you are getting a pickup truck that is front-wheel drive, has oodles of miles to the gallon, looks the part, and feels the part on the inside. Sure, you're missing some luxury features, but overall, this thing is spot on. I love it.